I'm Chris. That's Sam. We're rocking out, man. Great baseball day. Obviously, having all the WBC stuff, all the exhibition games have been fun. Seeing the Team USA, seeing Big Cap Almighty go super duper yard. 453 off the bat. That's my co-host Sam. Welcome to FSB. Make sure you like it, sub while you're here. Do want to get right into it, dog. Early WBC thoughts, man. Judge with a blast of blasts, dude. He looks so dialed in. He looked dialed in earlier in spring training than I think we've seen him before. I think he's the best player in the history of Team USA, and he looks like he's going to go on a tear. It feels like it.
453, 116 off the bat for Big 99. Listen, he is locked into a point where it's like, this is playoff Judgy. This is what you want to see. This is where he ended the year last year when he won in that crazy roll in a postseason and hit 500. It's a beautiful thing to see. I love that you brought up that he's probably the best hitter or best player in Team USA history. Because let's be honest, Chris, it's true. I mean, like when you realistically stack it up versus the rest of the guys that have played for Team USA in the WBC, there hasn't been a talent like this. Like, are you going to stack it up against Bonds? Bonds never played for Team USA. Like, that is the peak. It's the pinnacle. It's Big 99. He's the best player on the planet. He's the best player that's ever played for that team. Dude, and he's so sick. I think that him in that uniform just kind of injects just like American patriotism into my veins, dude. Like,
dude, I've seen Mets fans like complaining about the Captain America thing. It's like it used to mean something. It's like, dog, like if anybody looks like Captain America, it is like Judge. And the other part of it is like best right-handed hitter of all time. Like that's kind of where he's at for me. The WRC plus is through the roof. It rivals Bonds even during Bonds' peak years. And I thought, and just a quick drip note, I thought the red shoes today looked so tough.
Clean.
The red shoes were so tough.
So clean. I mean, the uniform fits him so well. I think it's perfect. Yeah. It's kind of like when Jeter threw it on. It was kind of the same thing. Like, he looked perfect in that uniform as well. But, dude, like, what are the Mets? Because of David Wright, I'm assuming?
Yeah, people keep posting, like, when being Captain America used to mean something with the David Wright stuff. And, like,
are you kidding me right now? Dude, this is the best right-handed hitter we've ever seen on the planet.
Yeah, dude.
Like, we've never seen a talent like Aaron Judge. Has David Wright ever reached the peaks of Aaron Judge? No. Absolutely not. So what is the argument here? Yeah, it means something, dude. He's the best hitter on the planet, man. What are you guys talking about? That's ridiculous. But yeah, dude, it injects something into me. And that team, I think, on paper, they should walk away with that whole thing. No questions barred.
You're not running at the DR. You're not running at the DR at all?
Dude, I think that when you look at Team USA on paper, I think you worry about Team DR. I think you worry about Japan. I think that you worry about Venezuela. But I think if Team USA doesn't walk away with this tournament win, I think it's going to be a huge disappointment just because of the talent that's strictly on that roster. When you look at that team that they've built, that DeRosa and company have built, I think that that's probably the best Team USA roster they've ever put together on paper. And if they don't win a gold like they did in 2017, that's going to be such a disappointment.
Yeah. No, I'd agree. And a lot of people are criticizing the lineup. I don't mind the lineup. Witt, Harper, Judge. Some people don't like that. Some people don't like Bregman hitting ahead of he hit ahead of Cal Raleigh the other day. And some people are complaining about that. But we're nitpicking though. It's a nitpick off.
So they're nitpicking about Bregman hitting ahead of Cal Raleigh. Yeah. Alex Bregman in their first two exhibition games for Team USA.
Big fly.
Back-to-back days with 2 home runs.
Big flies.
I think they'll be okay. I think Breggy's locked in. I will tell you about Alex Bregman. I think that this is like going to be a legacy cementing tournament for Alex Bregman because he looks zoned. He looks dialed. And he comes into every relatively regular season like popped. He's like insane. He tends to like slump in the second half. This could be legacy cementing for Bregman. And he looks zoned right now with back-to-back numbers in 2 days.
Yeah, I like Cal Raleigh a lot, and my thing is like, okay, I get it. Like analytically, if you want to have Cal Raleigh ahead, be my guest. For me, I'm playing this one, no analytics. We're just going off the feels and the vibes. Like this tournament is pure vibes for me, and my vibes tell me Breggy is just a little bit of a tougher at bat right now than Cal Raleigh. He's just tougher out.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's more contact in that bat. That makes sense. And he's like, DeRosa went righty-lefty back-to-back days. So like, I think from a lineup construction way of it, I think it's perfect.
Like you don't really worry about that too much.
Yeah, so it's like whatever. Like they'll be perfectly okay. I think the lineup's fine, dude. It's like just the craziest group of talent we've ever seen from a WBC roster ever, from the pitching down to the lineup.
I don't want to sound super insane, but what I think I might do is I might lead off Bryce Harper and go Judge right after, then Witt.
Wouldn't hate it. Wouldn't hate it because we've
Yeah.
seen how good Judgy is hitting too.
Yeah,
Like
I
he's
just
hit
like
he's
I
hit
just
two
like
for the entirety of his career.
I just like the danger that presents
Yeah.
because, like, dude, I saw Gleyber Torres hit 300 when he was hitting ahead of Judge. Like,
You know, it's
Like-
so funny. Actually, my biggest honestly takeaway from the first 2 days of WBC action is every time they pay into that Team USA dugout, guess who's like hanging out and rubbing elbows?
who?
It's Bryce Harper and Aaron Judge. They're
So they-
sitting there like holding hands like they're besties.
Yeah, dude.
And
I don't want to.
someone-
I don't want to Yankee code it, dude. Don't make
No,
me
it's,
Yankee
it's,
code
it's
it.
not going to be Yankee coded, but I just wanted to throw it in there. That's
Yeah.
like that's been my biggest takeaway. Is like, oh, like they're hanging out, they're best buds on Team USA right now. It's a little crazy. What if it happened a couple years ago? But whatever, we'll throw it in the past. No Yankee code today.
Oh, quick note. Oh, wait, dude. DR 4-4 tie. They tied the Tigers today. The kids
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
And I want to use this to talk about the kids. Kevin McGonigal. Excuse me. Got to make sure I get all the syllables in there. I think he has a legit case for prospect 1-1. Now, obviously, Connor Griffin's a superstar. We're really high on Connor Griffin, but it's so hilarious. There's like two polar opposite conversations on the internet around McGonigal and Max Clark. Now, Max Clark, in and of itself, is a top 10 prospect by MLB Pipeline. And this spring, he is 2 for 20. That is a .09 batting average. That is bad. That's under 1. He's also got the defensive blunders out there, and he's getting a lot of criticism for the big chains. He's replying to things, obviously getting that kind of thing going. Meanwhile, Kevin McGonigal, all he's doing is hitting the ball hard. I mean, for a small guy, I think he hit a ball 450 as well for a little guy.
Yeah.
And every hit he has sounds a lot different. He's working really good at bats. He's got fast hands, and you're just seeing 106, 108, 111, 113 off the bat again and again and again. Is there a case for Kevin McGonigal to be the 1-1 in terms of prospect wise, or are you just too high on Connor Griffin, which I can't blame you for being?
Well, here's the thing with Connor Griffin and Kevin McGonigal. When you look at, I mean, we've talked about this so many times as far as spring training results and what we take into account. I think you could probably look at this one and maybe say, hey, there is totally a chance for Kevin McGonigal to be over Connor Griffin because of the spring training results. Like Connor Griffin's been awesome and he's hit 3 homers and he's been great, but the numbers do not look pretty. Kevin McGonigal's numbers are unbelievably gorgeous. And you look at that as a player and you're like, yeah, there's a possibility maybe we can sign them together. But I think for McGonigal and Griffin, I think it's 1A, 1B either way. I think they're both at the same talent level. I think they're both going to be incredible players in this sport. I just think they're so like 1A, 1B. And then Max Clark. I think it's very funny with Max Clark. It's funny to laugh at, all the chains and he's making the blunders and he's not hitting great and all this kind of stuff, but he's still a super talented athlete.
No, he's still a great prospect. That's what I don't want to be lost here. Like people can hate the chains and still acknowledge that he's got a really bright future.
I'm going to get coded. It's Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Thank you. Oh
It's
my
Jazz
God.
Chisholm
Thank
Jr.
you so much.
Yeah,
He is
Max
white
Clark,
Jazz, dude. He's white Jazz.
Yeah, like Max Clark and Jazz Chisholm Jr. It's the exact same thing. So like if Max Clark was not super outgoing and didn't wear all the chains and was doing whatever, and he was still a top 10 prospect and like was just a quiet guy that was just playing center field every day, I don't think we would hear about this at all. It would not matter whatsoever. Still an ultra talented defender out there in center. Like there's some questions about the bat, like it is what it is, but he's still a top 10 prospect in the sport. If he wasn't doing all of that stuff, it would not be a national media headline. Nobody would care. They would chalk it up to spring training results being whatever. But it's like it's the Jazz effect to where like, yeah, let's throw a headline out there like let's splash somebody, let's make fun of somebody. Dude, we've seen drop fly balls the entirety of spring training. Like I saw Dylan Cruz.
Like fly balls in spring training, we see all the. I mean, shoot, in the playoffs last year, Chase DeLauder, the number 2 prospect for the Guardians, same division. Obviously, I'd link those guys to the hip because it's Bazana, Chase. And it's McGonigal, Max Clark, because obviously, like, same division or whatever. Dropped a fly ball in the postseason. Nobody cared. Kept it pushing.
Nobody cared. But that's like good.
I do think Max Clark made a mistake by responding. I don't think he needs to respond because I think he's almost letting people know, like it's cool for you to feel that way, Max Clark. It's cool for you to have to make a statement. You don't have to make a statement for the stuff you have on. It tells me that you have rabbit ears, and I worry about that because when you have rabbit ears as a young player, what do? You press at the plate, you press in the field. What did he do? He dove for a ball he had no shot at catching today, Sam. I think he's pressing. And that's my only thing about Max Clark. Be who you are. Don't feel like you have to make a statement to defend who you are.
No, yeah, and it was, I will say, it was funny. He was like, I don't need to explain who I am, or like, I'm comfortable in my own skin, or like whatever it was, and then responded with like,
and then here's
a 5-paragraph essay with a thesis on like who he is and like how he grew up and all that kind of stuff. That was a little out there for me, but I truly think it is the young player in Max Clark doing that. I don't expect him to do that in 5 years. I think that he will push and he will move from this, and I think that you hit it right on the head. He is pressing. Like that was one of the worst plays I think I've ever seen. It was probably worse than play with the chains. Yeah. Like, what was that, man? Like, I think that he's so wrapped up in his head as far as the national media and reading Twitter and everything that he's seeing on his phone right now that, he's going to go out and make boneheaded plays like that. It's going to happen.
Because he's trying to make the superstar play is what it is. He's trying to make the superhero play.
The Tigers don't need you to do that, Max. They need you to be the all-world defender that you are in center field and hit a little bit. That's what the Tigers need from you. They don't need you to be Mike Trout. They need
Byron Buxton. They don't need that.
They don't need that, right? Like, and maybe he can be there at some point in time during the course of his career. Like, we'll see what happens. But like, just provide for your team and do what you can, man. And head down, just grind. And I expect him to do that. And I expect him to move forward from this situation as a better player and probably as a better man.
You know what's going to be great, dude, for him? Spring training ending. Spring training ending is going to be great for him. He's going to go down to AA or AAA. He's going to be the man kind of and go back to just being a really good baseball player without wondering, oh, if I step this way and my chains hit the light, all of a sudden I'm on ESPN. Like, oh, like there's a zoom in shot of my chains and Buster Olney's talking about my chains. It's like, no. We don't have to worry about that. It's the minor leagues. Go out there, refine your craft, keep your temperament, because I think you're a really good player. And honestly, just my last quick note is this is Yankee coded. Seeing Max Clark ride the ups and downs right now makes me so thankful for George Lombard Jr.
Yeah, 100%.
Even
he's unbelievable too.
Unbelievable.
My Lord, is he sick?
On Crochet?
Crochet? You kidding me? Dude. That guy, dude, he's nuts. But I don't.
Not rushing him. I don't want to see him this year.
You don't need to get carried away. I don't want to see your takes on Twitter about how he should be the starting shortstop in 3 weeks.
No, but it's cool. No. The Lombard thing is, shoot, he's really cool and he's progressing along the right way. And he's an A+ glove already. It's cool. Don't need him right now. Yeah. It's really cool. It's kind of where
for sure. But I also think if he makes a bad error, it's not going to be all over the national media.
No, it won't. Because if he does, you know what I'll do? If someone posts a bad error from him, I'll just post 10 unbelievable plays of George Lombard Jr. So, all right. Let's do it.
And that's what it is. But this is what I'm talking about with the Max Clark thing. It wouldn't be a national media story if it wasn't wearing a million chains. It would be like, oh, whatever, top 10 prospect makes a blunder in the outfield. Dude, Dylan Cruz the other night was playing the Yankees with the Nationals. Had one of the worst drops I think I've ever seen in my life. I had to scroll on Twitter for 3 hours to try to find a single clip of the video. Nobody talked about it because nobody cared.
Nobody cared.
But because Max Clark's wearing all the chains, of course it's going to go to the national media because everybody needs some sort of headline.
Quick note, never defend yourself when you're doing something for you and not other people. Old heads are always going to hate chains. You don't put it on for the old heads. You put it on for the younger generation. Speak to them, not to the old heads. Yep. Speaking of people who are just, I guess, doing it wrong, Jurickson Profar, 162-game PED suspension. He had the crazy year. In fact, I think high leverage, he was the greatest high leverage hitter of all time with the Padres 2 years ago. Signed the big deal with Atlanta. All of a sudden, pops hot, gets the suspension. And now, I guess he popped hot again, 162 games. Jurickson Profar, what are you doing, dog?
Funniest career path ever. I think legitimately the funniest career path ever.
Bro, a top prospect as a middle infielder. The pay me year was a great year out in left field.
Yeah, like it's so dumb. Like
roided to the gills.
This is like generationally stupid from Jurickson Profar. And there was an interview that surfaced. I think it was from this winter. It was like, I think somebody asked him about the suspension and, hey, like, is this ever going to happen again? And he was just, no, not going to happen again. And it immediately, dude, like it's March, what was it? March 2nd that came out, man. Like that's unbelievable for like a Braves team that honestly probably really needed him this year to play outfield every single day for them, right? And signed him to a 3-year, 40, coming off a great year in San Diego where he was like the man. Like he was unbelievable in that contract year in San Diego. He went from, I think it was 2022. It was 22. He was great in San Diego, was on the 1 year, couldn't get the long-term deal. Went to Colorado, got DFA'd by Colorado, like was a scrub that entire season. Then comes back to San Diego, is unbelievable, has the career year, signs with Atlanta, popped, and then popped again. Jurickson Profar has the funniest career path of any baseball player that I've ever seen. And he was a top prospect.
Top middle infielder.
Like 2014, 2015, fell flat, and then like popped in 2022. That's hilarious, man. But just generationally stupid. And like I at this point feel bad for the Braves because like you've had a legitimate shell of the player that you signed in free agency 2 years ago.
Like you thought you made a splash for a glue guy, and this is the result you get. And look, and this is real quick, just a quick baseball savant look, and not expected stats, but actual stats. If you look at the batting run value for Jurickson Profar in 2024, it was 25. Put him in the 91st percentile. Last year, Ben Rice was in the 87th percentile at 22. Like, if you like, the funniest exercise is to go through Jurickson Profar's baseball savant year by year. You'll see blue, 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 red, steroids, suspension.
Just like immediately popped. Like, like you could just look at the savant page and it's so funny, man. It's so funny. It just like falls off a cliff. But he wasn't the only one this week, Chrissy.
No, dude, we saw the other one, dude. Rojas, 80 games for a failed PED test. Phillies, man.
Funniest thing about us and Johan Rojas is Johan Rojas played in Clearwater.
Yeah.
Right. And we were at the game. He gets popped. I saw a tweet about it that night. Mm-hmm. And it was like, I thought it was a fakie, like doing whatever. Yeah, but dude, it was legitimate.
You were at the BNB and you're like, yo, Rojas just got popped.
I was like, did Rojas just get popped too? And shout out to Phillies, man. Was it like Rojas, Kepler, and I think and Alvarado?
Mm-hmm.
3 guys that all have gotten popped in the last 2 years, 3 years. What's going on in Philadelphia?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But
issue on Bryce, steroids are everywhere. What's going on, guys? Like, this is an issue.
Age 25, though, dog. Like, you're starting to grow into your grown man body and you get popped now?
Yeah. It's ridiculous. For
Profar, he was over 30, and like you're trying to get paid. For Rojas, it blew me a little bit.
For a 600 OPS.
You're right.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even like you're not even Bonds. Like, you're not Bonds. Like,
getting popped for 1 home run in 25.
It's nuts, man. Like, what are you doing? What is the point of the PED that you're taking?
Yeah, bro.
It's clearly not even working.
No.
That's nuts, dude. That thing is unbelievable to me about him getting popped.
Another thing, Hunter Green, elbow injury, having some MRIs done on the elbow. This one, I think it seems like, again, initial reading, the young Reds ace. I think he's a monster. Obviously a flamethrower, a really fantastic pitcher for them. And they're going to need him this year because he's the front man on what's a really good rotation. He said he was having an elbow issue and discomfort at the end of last season, and they're just now getting the elbow checked out. Now, he said the UCL is completely clean. He's getting 2 opinions this week, and to see if something needs to be done. It's early, and I'll be ready for the playoff push. So in my Reds chat, they said something might be floating around in there. If there was discomfort at the end of last season, and they waited this long to address it, that to me is awful management by the Reds. Now, I hope that's not the case. That sounds so stupid, but we're waiting for more details. This would be a blow for them, and then all of a sudden, the progression of Burns in year 2 becomes really important because look. They added Gino Suarez. They have Elly De La Cruz on a clock. They need to be good this year to make the postseason, and missing him for any amount of time would hurt them because there's not a lot of room for error when the payroll is that low.
Yeah, super irresponsible by the club if this was a huge issue that they were dealing with last year. You see it at the end of every single season. I think that once every team gets eliminated, guys come out and they're like, hey, I've been dealing with this. I've been dealing
Right.
with an elbow thing. I've been dealing with a hamstring for a couple months. Like, but we just played through it. It is what it is. But for the Reds, who scraped into the postseason last year, ended up beating in the Mets for that final wild card spot, made the playoffs, went out, got smoked by Los Angeles. They are going to have to now scrape and scrounge for a playoff spot if they're missing their number one arm, who is one of the most talented guys in the sport. And for Hunter Green, I hate this because I think we all really like watching Hunter Green pitch. And to your point with Chase Burns, that clock is ticking on him too, because at this point now, they need to rely on him even more as like a frontline guy if they're going to be missing Hunter Green for the entirety of the season. And for Elly De La Cruz, what are we doing?
Pissed because he looks a lot better.
What's the play?
He looks bigger. He looks more active. It looks like he understands that he's got to take a leap this year for this team. Then you look across and the big freak and the frontline guy is down. It's like, oh my God, dude. And also for the Reds, it's like this. This is my analogy. You drive a car across the country, drive a low car across the country. You're going to have to drive back at some point. But when you get out west, take it in for a maintenance check. See what's on under the hood. Like, why are we driving this car this long and then we're not checking under the hood until we're supposed to drive back?
It's so stupid. I don't understand it at all. And for Elly,
Reds though, right? Like that's Reds.
But like for Elly, and you know what, dude? It's so funny. We talk about the Pirates so much, but it is literally like Skeens.
Mm-hmm.
That is literally the exact same thing. Like because
that's who I compared the Pirates. My Pirates this year are the 2025 Reds.
Legitimately, I think that is who they are. Sneak in on the last day, get into the postseason, like do whatever. But dude, Elly's gonna hit the market. Elly De La Cruz is not going to be a long-term Cincinnati Red. You need to win now and make this team great. And if he was dealing with issues back in August, September, what are we doing talking about it in March? That is irresponsible and stupid by Cincinnati if they waited this long to get this information out there and get him taken care of and checked out. It's dumb, Chris.
And you're telling, I couldn't agree more, man. I could not agree more. A couple of quick notes. Tomorrow, WBC, we have the Czech versus Korea. That's classic pool play. We also have Australia playing. Shout out Bazana. That's why you watch them. Big Baz. Other than that, you got no WBC games. Some of the notable other games. I don't know how much you're interested in the Cardinals, but it is Cardinals Pirates, and obviously I'm invested in the Pirates who are 9-2 so far in training.
Squad.
Mitch Keller versus Dusty May.
That's big baller, dude. Dusty May.
Yeah.
What a funny career arc for that guy too. He's got a real funny career arc because he was supposed to be a freak.
Well, dude, he's a pitching ninja. He's a pitching ninja superstar. The stuff moves wicked. He just isn't a pitcher's pitcher, and that's always been my complaint with him. Tasi Imei, he's pitching against Sandy. Two guys who were linked in New York. Not trying to make this too Yankee coded, but Astros, Marlins, and I thought. Imei is how you pronounce it, was horrible in his first start. We'll see what you'll get from him. But it is funny looking at spring training numbers. Imei's ERA 0.00, Sandy's 27.
But I also think that's like a spring training results don't matter thing.
Yeah, no, it's just
like
something funny to look at.
Like Sandy back half of last year was so good.
Right.
He was so much better than like his first half numbers were horrendously horrible, but there were still plenty of teams calling for him at the deadline, trying to get him on their playoff rotation, Chris. Like 100%. He's still that Cy Young arm. I think that he's going to be awesome for the Marlins this year. But again, him having a 27 ERA on March 4th when these games don't really matter. It's just, it is funny.
It's comedy, bro. Like the one kid is 4 for 4 with 1,000 batting average and
shot, dude. OPS. Yeah, he is unbelievable.
Dude, why is his name escaping me right now?
Is it Vance Honeycutt? Is that his name?
Yeah, dude, Vance 4 for 4 with 4 home runs. He's got a perfect OPS.
He was top pick, right?
Yeah, he was up there.
Yeah, nuts. Yeah,
and then we
shout out the Orioles, dude. Another white guy.
Dude, Cease for sale tomorrow. Obviously, like spring training version, so you're going to see them for like 2 to 3 innings right now. It's kind of the point we're at. Blue Jays Braves is a game that I'm really interested in. And then Luzardo pitches tomorrow too. So just a quick look. Hey, quick episode. That's Sam. I'm Chris doing some baseball chopping up. We'll be back pretty soon. Obviously, if you like and sub and you hit the bell, you don't have to worry about the schedule because you get alerted when we go, when we drop something. Follow us on the socials. The link will be in the description. And then also follow our personals. We got a lot going on. But again, thank you for tuning in to Fireside Baseball. Make sure you drop a like, and we'll talk to you guys soon.